in prior conversations, we've talked about what a naturopathic physician is.
Right.
We've talked about the difference between the services that they perform and MDs, and the value of that to the client. I would like to ask you to give us some information on this program that you have that is training not only naturopathic doctors that want extended education, people who are interested in going into the field, but also the value of that to a potential consumer of their own health care and understanding more about their body and what they can do for themselves and their families.
Well, the program that I've developed is after 30 plus years of being in natural health, and it's considered the WHISPER program. That's WSBR, and it stands for Holistic with a W, whole for the whole person, Holistic Skin and Body Rejuvenation. And the WHISPER program was developed by popular demand from chiropractors and MDs and naturopaths and colon hydrotherapists and nutritionists, because they were saying, look, we only get so much nutrition in our training. We only get a very minute amount, if any, of environmental health. We don't get very much detoxification unless they're a colon hydrotherapist, because that's basically what their practice does, is reduce the body's toxic load. But they're not getting a lot of the other nutrition. They have to go, or nutritional training or detoxification. And the WHISPER program is an old practice, a discipline that was used in Eastern Europe that is now a dying profession over there. And they were called Rejuvenist, which is what I've trademarked here in the United States. And a rejuvenist, especially a holistic rejuvenist, deals with the body to deal with everything that the body needs in order for it to build a strong foundation for health, and in order to reduce that toxic load so that your body can rejuvenate. You know, your entire body rejuvenates itself within a year.
Isn't that interesting?
The liver within 6 to 8 weeks.
And the skin.
And the skin,
that's right,
exactly,
that's right,
exactly.
That's right.
And so if you're giving it the right nutrients, that's one step, Lyle. But if you're not detoxifying the body, if you're using pesticides, if you're continuing to microwave your food in styrofoam, for instance, you're getting all that styrene, you're getting all those toxins in the body. So just taking good nutrition is not enough. You have to understand what the environment does, because most of the pollutants, most of the health disorders now are from poor indoor air quality, not outdoor air quality. Where do you spend most of your day? I spend mine indoors. Except for the walk that I take once a day when I can, when the weather permits. I don't get a lot of fresh air. And so consequently, if my office and my home were not completely toxic free, then my body is not able to continually rejuvenate, because it's working so hard to purge and to get rid of those, or to neutralize those toxins, that it barely has time to do anything else, much less rejuvenate. So the WHISPER program is meant, it's in 4 modules. It's level 1, 2, advanced, and instructor. So it's even meant that if somebody has no prior training, that they can go through the levels, and then they are certified as a holistic rejuvenist to go out and teach the general public, lecture, to be able to teach other doctors, and to teach the teachers in general. So it's a program that is pretty intense.
Tell me about the 3 ladies that called you.
Oh, that was great. There were 3 ladies that were housekeepers, housewives, domestic engineers, I think I'd prefer to call them, and they were grandmothers now. And they said, you know, we're not in healthcare, but we want to take your program, Dr. Gilbere, because we want to make sure that we don't make the same mistakes with our grandchildren as we did with our children. We want to know what kind of food to feed them, what supplements we should give them, if any, what we need to do to provide a safe nursery and a safe home and safe air, and even to the clothing and the fabric softeners and the things that they use to launder their clothing in. So they took the course because they wanted to be the ambassadors for their family and their extended families, which I think is phenomenal, and they did.
That's great. I'd like to just leave us with one thought. You said that your whole body regenerates itself within the period of a year.
Yes.
You know, today is the first day of the end of your life, or the rest of your life.
Yes, it is.
Not the end, but the rest of your life. And once you get a chronic condition of some sort that you could have prohibited by something you would have been doing within your own health profile, many times you can't change that. But literally, once you're aware of what you can do,
Absolutely.
you can take control of virtually everything that takes place within your system. And unless it's a disease, as you say, environmental that comes into it, or something that's contagious or whatever it is, your odds, now that we have an extra 20 years of life,
Exactly.
are that you can live with a body and a brain that works, instead of being saddled with something that's going to be miserable for 8 or 10 years.
Exactly.
And I think people need to take a lot of look at that, and whether they're 40 or 50, certainly 60, absolutely 70. I appreciate you. I appreciate what you're doing.
And living longer without quality of life, to me, is not living longer.
That's great.
Right.
So let's whisper to our friends, okay?
Let's whisper.
Thanks.
Thank you.